Hello and welcome back to Mr. Miller's Art Room. Today we are going to continue our holiday theme by making a series of holiday cards. We've got Santa, an elf, and a snowman. What we'll need to make these cards are 4.5 inch by 6 inch blue construction paper and a variety of different oil pastels. Like I said, oil pastels work particularly well with our construction paper because the oil pastel sits right on top. In order to make the Santa, we just need a small variety of different color pastels here. We've got black, or you could use dark purple. You could use white, of course. We've got red. Now, for Santa's skin on his face, you could either use this yellow orange or sort of peach color. It's up to you. To start with, what we want to do is make sure that we have enough room for Santa's head. I like to start at the very top, utilizing the red crayon to start with his hat. What you're going to do is draw a medium-sized triangle, and then you're going to color that triangle in. Once that triangle is colored in, I'm going to set this right here because we're going to use that in just a little bit. And of course, Santa has a white ball at the top of his cap, so we color that in, and then his trim, which is the decorative part at the bottom of his hat, is white. And we're going to draw a white rectangle, and then we'll color that in. The next step is going to be drawing Santa's face, not his beard or his eyes or anything like that, just the part of his face. I happen to have this peach color right in here. You might not have that, so an orange, yellow, or even a pink might do. But what I'm going to do is draw a semicircle. That's basically half a circle right here. And then I'll color that in. The next step is going to be his beard. Now his beard, we don't really need to worry too much about a shape for it. We just want to give him a big fluffy beard. So from out here, what we're going to do is scribble a beard shape. And of course, you're going to want it completely colored in. Next, you're going to set this aside because, once again, we're going to use some of these off and on. The next thing we want to do is get our dark purple, dark blue, or black oil pastel for some of the features of his eyes, for instance, which we'll do as 2 dots right here and here. And then if you want to be a little more specific, you can actually color in a circle for a nose, but I like leaving that to just the red. The next step is we're going to take the red and we're going to make his shoulders and color in this part right here for his upper chest. So his shoulders will slope down like this and like this. And when we color this in, what we want to do is we don't want to go into the beard part. We want to get right up to the edge. Now, if it blends into the beard a little bit, that's okay. That's one of the exciting things about art, is where the colors start to mix. What we want to do is color that all in. When you go out in the cold and you're out there for a little while, your nose and your cheeks get a little bit ruddy. That means reddish. So what we're going to do is take this red, and we'll get very lightly, give him some circular rosy cheeks, and a circular rosy nose. And there you have it. You have yourself a wonderful little Santa Claus card. But of course, you can add some extra details. For instance, maybe I want to do a snowflake. Snowflakes are pretty easy to do when you're drawing them. All you need to do is draw the letter T. Then in the middle of the letter T, you need to draw the letter X. And you can do that all over. It goes pretty quick. You can change the size of it. Maybe do a tiny one. You can do a big one. And it gives that appearance of snowflakes falling. The next one will be our elf. Now the elf, I like to do in a slightly different way. We're going to use some of the same colors here, but we're also going to give him a green suit. I do start at the beginning at the very top, but what's different for this one is we're going to give him a body with arms and legs. So the hat is going to necessarily have to be smaller. I like starting with the yellow-green, and I'm going to go ahead and make this triangle hat and color it in. Then I'm going to grab this peach-like color and I'm going to give him a semicircle face and I'll color that in. Now the ears on an elf are pointy, So we'll give him 2 triangles outside, pointing outside of his ears like that, and we'll color those in. The next thing is we need to give him a little nubbin for a neck. I'm going to set that down for now, grab up my yellow-green oil pastel, and his upper body, his chest and belly, are going to be a rectangle. Not a skinny rectangle, but a thin rectangle. Now the next thing, we're going to do the arms. This arm is going to curve like a curved rectangle here, and I'm going to fill that in. This one's going to be holding a candy cane. This arm is going to come down like so, and we'll color that in. His legs, pretty simple stuff. 2 long, skinny rectangles, and we'll color that in as well. If you want to add one more piece of detail, get a dark green, and we can actually use the dark green to outline the light green, and it gives you a little bit more detail and variety and helps your elf stand out a little bit better. We're going to want to do some boots, so we're going to take that dark purple, black, or what have you, make 2 small rectangles at the bottom of his feet. You can just kind of scribble that in, but you want to keep it controlled. Now the next thing for his toes, you want to draw 2 small triangles at the bottom of those feet for his toes. For his hands, they're not going to be detailed. We just want to do a sort of circular nubbin here and here for his hands. I like using turquoise, or sometimes called teal, for his belt, like so. Then the candy cane itself is going to be used with white. What you can do is draw this hook, come down, let it touch the hand. Don't draw right through it. Touch the hand, pick up the oil pastel, set it down at the bottom of the hand, and continue the line as if it would be one continuous line. This will make it look like he's really holding on to it. The next thing you'll do is grab the red. The reason I like doing the white first is because then you can take the red and go every other space on the candy cane, like so, and at the very bottom there. And now we've got ourselves a candy cane. Then what we're going to do is take this dark purple. We're going to give him 2 eyes, maybe a small triangle for his nose, and a smiley face. And of course, these elves live in the North Pole, so we're going to want to give him a snowy ground. The way I do this, I don't want to draw right through it. I want to color in around his legs and his feet to give him the idea, to give you the idea that he's actually standing there in the snow. And then, of course, the snow. I had a couple of snow here. And there you have it. We have an elf. The next card is going to be a snowman. Now the snowman is fairly simple, but I'm going to start at the bottom this time. I'll take my oil pastel and I'll start at the bottom. I'm going to draw a relatively large circle. And there's going to be 2 more circles. The next one, I'm going to touch the top of the circle here, draw a medium circle. Then I'm going to touch the top of this circle and draw a small circle like so. After that, I have to color all of these in. So I'm going to color each of these circles in completely with white. We're going to put him in some snow like we did with the elf, but this time we can just color right through since the color of the snow is the same color as the snowman. We're going to do you could do black or dark purple. I'm using purple right now. For the eyes, we're going to do 2 dots. And then I'm just going to do a line for a smiley face. And then, of course, we're going to have 1, 2, 3 dots for the coal buttons. The next step would be the hat. Now, if you want to do a top hat, what you're going to want to do is draw a rectangle at the top of his head, color that in, and then draw a line like so for the brim of the hat. We're going to use red for a scarf. Now, the scarf, we're going to color right on top, right in between his head and his upper body, and then we're going to do 2 curved lines like so. You can make them a little bit thicker here or there in order to show the scarf is flowing in the wind. The next thing we're going to need are the arms. So if you want to make one arm look like it's waving hello, you're going to take a brown oil pastel and you're going to make an L shape right here, and then 1, 2, 3 for the fingers. Then the other arm is going to come down like so, 1, 2, 3 for the fingers. And of course, we can add some snowflakes for more details and Christmas fun. You can collect and trade these cards with friends and family. You can give them out as Christmas cards, write a special message on the back, and if you have different ideas that you want to add, different details to your cards, you can go ahead and try that as well. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope this gave you some good ideas for some fun Christmas cards. Good day to you.